once again through the beauty of virtual TV. We are going to the home of Leanna Oki in Thornhill, Ontario, under lockdown again, Leanna. But you know what? It is so good to meet you. And young lady, your voice is unbelievable. And let's get right into it. How did you get into music? And music wasn't, I guess, not always like in your life, so to speak.
Yeah, I've always loved music. I've loved singing and just listening to music from, as long as I can remember. But music became a very central part of my life at the beginning of my university, where I picked up the guitar. I wrote my first song, and from that point on, I just could not stop writing music, and it was just my way of expressing myself, and it just became my main passion from that point. But even before, I would always try to like sing in talent shows and just like sing all the time, pretty much. But I took it more seriously when I actually started writing my own music.
Do you remember? Well, obviously, you would remember your very first song. What was the story behind it?
So my first song is called Mayhem, and I wrote it after I was dealing with a bit of heartbreak from like my first official relationship in freshman year. And it's about kind of longing for someone to reciprocate their love for you. It's a more of a somber song, obviously, but I was really proud of myself because the moment I, learned the guitar, it just came so naturally. And I wrote this chord progression, and then I performed the song at my university. And I just gained a lot of confidence after that experience. And that just pushed me to keep writing and writing that year.
Well, and what is it now about music that you feel so passionately about, Leanna, now that you've grown more and written more songs?
Yeah, so I gain inspiration from all different sources. A lot of my songs are about feelings and just emotions that are difficult for me to kind of put into words, and just very personal experiences that are hard for me to kind of talk about to someone else. Um, some are related to just mental health related issues and relationship issues. I've been trying to write some more positive music recently, or just music that has more of a lighthearted, brighter feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of the main inspiration of my music. It's, as I call it, my form of therapy. So I like to talk about or sing about more personal topics.
Oh, well, and on a more personal note, there's not a lot of young Asian women in the music industry.
Mhm.
And you know what? We don't know yet, but my guess is that you have a very bright future. You could be, or maybe right now you are considered a role model for other Asian women. Oh, what is it, Leanna? Why is it so hard? And why aren't there more women of color, coming forth in the music world?
Yeah, that's a great question, and thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like for a long time in the entertainment and music industry, it's been, dominated by more Western, like, people that, are, not from a minority group. And I think just because it's been like that for so long, there's less space for us and other minorities to kind of shine through. And I don't know. I do know some other Asian artists that are trying and working on music and trying to put it out, but I think it's just how the industry has been for so long, and maybe us as a culture are more reserved and less, um, I guess, confident to put out our work, even when we feel proud of it. So I
Oh.
hope that changes in the near future.
Well, I think, and I hope so too. And I think one of the ways to do that is just to pump out and keep your music out there and relevant, right? And not be afraid. Your current song, Sync, is beautiful. Is there a story behind that one?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most vulnerable song I've ever written because I wrote it during a very difficult time in my life where I felt very isolated and just alone in my thoughts, and I didn't understand really how to make sense of it. And I thought, like, the only way I can get these emotions out or just feel relief is to write a song about it. And I thought that the metaphor of sinking into the sea was a very good representation kind of how I was feeling. Because, when you're underwater, you're voiceless and you feel trapped and kind of helpless. So that's how I was feeling in that time in my life.
Well,
But yeah.
hopefully you're not now.
Mhm.
And I guess too, it's this COVID pandemic isolation obviously has given you a lot of chance to write and to create more music. But for you personally, Leanna, how has it been? You're a young person, energetic, vibrant, university student, and now your world has just become so closed, right?
Mhm.
How have you coped?
Yeah, it's been quite tough, to be honest. I am more of a social person and I love going to the city downtown and just kind of walking around and just being around, high energy. And so at first, I felt very motivated to just make the most out of all this free time I had, and I was kind of excited actually just to focus on myself. But it's been so long; it's been over a year that we've been dealing with this, so it's definitely become more challenging over the recent months, and feeling very restless and just like less hope that things are going to get better faster. But we try to keep positive, and I've got a great group of family and friends around me that are there for me. So I'm very grateful for that. But
Aw. Well, and I guess for you, if you want to give any words of advice to any young woman that wants to enter the music world, what is something that you've learned that you would pass on?
that's a great question. Yeah, I would say if it's something you love, you genuinely love and are passionate about, do it, like, no question, because we only have one life as far as we know. And what's the point in ignoring something that you truly love to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know there's all this outside noise and all these other things that run through one's mind when they put out work to the public, like, how many people are going to like it, or how successful am I going to be? But at the end of the day, it should be about what you love to do, and why are you doing it? If you love music and it's something that keeps you happy and looking forward to life, it's totally worth it. And then everything else comes after. So
Success and everything. Well, it has been so wonderful to meet you, and I know that you're going to leave us with a little treat, an acoustic.
yes, I'm gonna try. I actually have my electric guitar today just to create a more rich sound. But yeah, I'm gonna do a performance of Sync for
Per-
you. And thank you so much, Tracy, for having me.
oh, it's been a pleasure. Here she is, Leanna with Sync.
to fall right into the abyss. I left my mind by that shoreline, so don't look behind. I'll fall back into deep blue waves that will wash me away. I'll look up at the sun and watch myself fade. So let me feel enough so I know why I get so caught up, because I need more than a rush to carry me into the sea. Just breathe until it's tough, but all this air is way too rough to fuel the craziness I love. So let me sink into the sea. Sink into the sea. Sink into the sea. I watch the water flow, giving me embryo, but I wish you'd let me go. 'Cause I'm either numb or I feel too much, overwhelmed now that I've succumbed. All the sun required of love, give me one sign from up above, and let me feel enough so I know why I get so caught up, because I need more than a rush to carry me into the sea. Just breathe until it's tough, but all this air is way too rough to fuel the craziness I love. So let me sink into the sea. Sink into the sea. Sink into the sea. I'm on the edge of a cliff or upon a balcony. Whichever way you envision will be the end of me. I'm on the edge of a cliff or upon a balcony. Whichever way you envision will be the end of me. Oh, I'm falling now. Can anyone hear me now? Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Just let me feel enough. I'm sinking. Let me feel enough. I'm drowning. Let me feel enough. I'm sinking. Let me feel enough. I'm drowning. Thank you so much.
Thank you.